Okay, good morning or good evening. Good morning, wherever you are. Hello, thank you for joining me today. Such a pleasure. So we'll do our Adore Your Pelvic Floor class, just really enlivening the muscles of the pelvic floor and the abdominal muscles. And I have a nice sequence here. Can you hear me? You okay? Let's see. Let me see here. Hi, can you? I have your mic enabled if you just want to speak. Sure.
Here, yes, but not see.
Oh, you can't see me?
Can't see you, no.
Oh, interesting. Let's see here. Let me try something. Okay, there. What about now?
Now it's working.
It's working now?
Yes, it's all good now.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. Well, welcome. And let's start with a quiet meditation just to bring us together here. I have a large pillow that we can use for some support during this class, and a strap if you have one. But if you don't have these things, it's perfectly fine. Just finding a seat where you're comfortable, allowing your back to be upright and slightly forward, but upright is perfect. Have a long lean back. And I'm doing Sukhasana pose across legs, but you could, just sit wherever you like, however feels best for you to find the flow of your breath. And let's begin by connecting with our breath, breathing in and out. Noticing any areas of your breath that may be feeling more open than the other. Any right side feeling stronger than the left side. And then expanding your breath into your belly, really allowing the belly to expand. On the inhale, on the exhale, contracting. And returning to this breath throughout your day is very beneficial for the pelvic floor health. The diaphragmatic breathing also engages the pelvic diaphragm, which expands and contracts the organs and muscles in a very healthy way. Settling into this practice, just becoming aware of your body and what it needs today. This is a very petite class, very short class. So we'll do a quick stretch just to warm up a little bit. And then we'll hold some poses to engage the pelvic floor and then wind down for Shavasana, just to integrate all of the good motion in the body, blood circulation, reinvigorating it into our muscles as we rest. So let's begin. Let's roll our shoulders back. Do some shoulder rolling just to enliven the chest. Wonderful. How high can you get those shoulders up? And then how far back can you roll them? And feeling, I'll just show you this side of my body, really feeling that scapulae moving around the shoulder girdle, enlivening the blood circulation in that area, bringing some strength to the upper body just in this motion. So lovely. And then let's just begin to contract and flex our chest and navel area, rounding the back and contracting the back, expanding, contracting, breathing in, exhaling, rounding the back, and then inhaling, contracting, bringing your left arm over. We're just stretching our spine in many different directions, just to allow for a good flow of energy in our nervous system. Bringing the gaze up to the ceiling or the crook of your arm, feeling your body's expression today. Maybe you're winding down for the day. This is a nice way to wind it down by really expanding those intercostal muscles in between the ribs. And then as we come back over, let's just move into a stretch over to the right side. Breathing in and take the stretch just a little deeper. And then letting go and then moving over to the left. One more breath, deepening your stretch. And returning to the center. I'm feeling a little more limber here, just in my torso, which is fantastic. Let's just take a moment, removing any props, and finding Malasana, a squat pose. If you feel like you can do that now, if you're not ready to do that, maybe take a moment to really just move the body with some flow, whatever you're feeling you may need, and then settling into Malasana. So ideally, Malasana, your feet are straight forward, bending down into a squat. You can bring hands to the heart if that feels right. Another really grounding pose is to bring hands to the floor, to really touch the floor. I have a petite situation where my legs are short, so my legs flare out a little bit and I need support under my heels to really feel the benefits of this wide open stretch. So as we're stretching here, really connecting with Mula Bandha, the locking mechanism of our body in our lower pelvic floor region. And this is the contraction and release of bodily fluids, energy, and so powerful for resetting our endocrine system as we engage this part of our body. So really breathing into this area, allowing an expansion, and then slowly closing, bringing all of the muscles together, and then expanding. Connecting feelings to the sit bones, the right sit bone, the left sit bone. Feeling a connection from both sit bones to your coccyx bone in the back. And then making a diamond shape in your mind by connecting the sit bones to the pubis bone. So we're really envisioning sort of a diamond shape in this part of our body. And that area is the area that we're focusing on today. So let's just hang out here for a few more deep breaths. You can bring your hands to the floor to really ground down. This is a pose that we don't do much in our Western culture, but in my travels in Asia, this is how people eat. This is how people connect with one another, have a conversation. And it's incredibly powerful for anyone who has varicose veins or any kind of constipation or elimination issues. So let's tuck it all up in our pelvic floor and then rise up, moving any props that we have. And let's find our way. We'll just kind of stand in mountain pose for just a minute. Feet can be together, hands to the side, roll the shoulders back. Just a neutralizing pose, feeling the benefits of all of that inner thigh work we just did. How is your backside feeling? Rolling the shoulders back, tucking in the pelvis. Bring your right foot out. We're going to set up for Veerabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. And from here we can have a heel to heel, or heel to arch alignment, sorry. So the arch of the foot is parallel. The right foot is pointing out this way. And then we're going to find another squat here. So we're going to really bend into this pose. Maybe this is a pose that you love. You do it in flow classes, finding that deep warrior nature inside of us, reminding us of our humanity. And as you're settling into this pose, really reaching up through the armpits and out, pulling up the pelvic floor muscles, engaging the abs, feeling the tension in your gluteal muscles and the flow of energy in that back leg, grounding down the arch of the feet and expressing the edge of your back supporting leg into the ground, really pressing and rolling the toes down, feeling this. Let's stay here for 5 breaths. Pulling it all up, feeling that energy drawing up through the spine, all the way from your coccyx bone, all the way forward from your pubis bone, really pulling it all up, and then releasing in the pose, releasing it, opening the pelvic floor, and then contracting one more time. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then come out of the pose, release the stance, bring your legs together. Let's find ourselves back into mountain pose, Dandasana. Noticing the difference of the hips. The hip flexors got a really good stretch there on the right side. Rolling the shoulders down, lifting the head. 2 more breaths here. Maybe a slight bend in the knees. Pulling in the abs, toning the lower pelvic muscles. And then when you're ready, let's reverse the pose. Veerabhadrasana 1, Warrior 2 on the other side. So again, heel to arch alignment, really spreading that lunge forward. I need to do an adjustment here. Here we go. And then pressing your energy out that lower, the edge of your back foot, really bringing the toes down to the ground. And then feeling that lunge bringing you down, but feeling the body, the pelvic floor bringing you up as you settle into this pose, bringing the arms out and up. Warrior one. Feeling the strength, that audacity to remember that we sometimes must feel the conflict in our body, right? Like the pelvic floor is moving up, we're standing tall, we're holding our chest up, rolling our shoulders back, pressing the edge of our foot down, bringing the toes into the floor. So much power. Breathing in, release the pelvic floor in our stance. Breathing in, toning the pelvic floor and all of the abdominal muscles. So one more breath here. And then bring it out. Wiggle it out. Finding ourselves back into Dandasana, neutralizing. Bringing it all together. Get the sun. I'm facing the sun here. It's so lovely. Really connecting with our surroundings. From here, let's bring it down to the floor. Maybe just sitting on our knees for a second. And then bringing it down. For bridge pose, we will lie down on our backs. And we can go as far as you want to go with bridge, just depending upon your flexibility. My feet need to be kind of wiggled out here. Maybe yours do too. Maybe let's take a little stretch, a little hug to ourselves. Making a little contraction. And as we're hiking, let's just pull in the pelvic floor muscles just a bit. And then release. Bringing it down, you can set up for bridge by bringing your feet to the ground, placing them right next to your buttocks. And then when you're ready, you can bring your arms alongside you, pressing down, rolling the shoulders back, pressing the triceps into the floor and lifting the lower half of your body up, finding the edge of where you can take this. Do you wind up on your shoulders, really pressing up, toning the abs, lifting the gluteal muscles, pulling up and in the pelvic floor muscles. So from the sit muscles on both sides to the coccyx bone and the pubis bone, really focus on pulling up and in those muscles and then release, holding it here, holding it up, toning the abs, lifting the chest, and let's do it 2 more times, pulling in that whole surface area. Pulling it up and in, feeling that linear line connecting all of our chakras together. Breathing into it, rolling it down, shaking it out. Oh, let's just give ourselves a good hug. Maybe rolling the feet a little. Wonderful. Wonderful. And then let's do Dandasana. Just stretching the legs up in the air. You can bring the crooks of your index fingers around your big toes, or you can simply just hold your legs in the air like this. And just reversing the blood flow, really nourishing the abdominal region, the pelvic floor organs, reversing all of that blood. Maybe it's stagnant from a long day of walking or sitting. And then one more time, bridge pose. This time you can add some acrobats to it if you like. You can press it all the way up. That feels right. Really feeling the pubis bone reaching toward the ceiling. Holding it here for 2 breaths. Or if you're hanging out in supported bridge, that's great. Not a problem. But really feeling the benefits of this inversion is absolutely so lovely, especially to energize or to wind down right before bed. And then bringing it down. Bringing the legs to the chest. Giving your back a little massage. A little gratitude for all that it does for you, holding us up all day. Ooh, and then just shaking it out. Let's flip it over onto our bellies. I'm going to flip it around so I can face the sun. I've got this beautiful sunbeam coming in, and I don't want to miss out on that. So we're going to do Shavasana, Locust Pose. So sitting in a low Cobra here, let's just bring our heads down to the ground and ground down into this pose. Take a couple breaths. And when you're ready, rolling the back up, lifting the feet off the ground, zipping up your inner thighs, engaging the glutes, and reaching forward, lifting both feet and the hands, engaging the pelvic floor muscles, pulling them up and in, toning the abdominals. Let's hang out here for 3 breaths. And bringing it down. Great. Just gonna change my situation here so you can see a little bit better. Wonderful. And then bringing it down to the ground. Lifting it up. Breathing in, 3 breaths. Toning the abs, lifting the pelvic floor. Smiling if you can. And then rolling it down. We'll just do 1 more of those. And then we're almost there. One more time, reaching up and out with the hands and the feet. Expressing the pelvic floor and releasing if you can. Contracting. Feeling the energy, the line of energy all the way up, curving up through your crown chakra. And release. Bringing it down. Let's find ourselves into child's pose for just a second. Really giving ourselves a nice break. Honoring the body, finding our space and time. When you're ready, we're going to set up for bound angle pose. And I have some props here. I have a pillow and a blanket, but it's not really necessary. You can do it all without any props. Yes. You can hang out there And winding it down when you're ready. We find ourselves in Dandasana, staff pose. Integrating our work together. Supta Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. You can bring your feet together. You can stay here if you like, or you can roll it back onto the ground. It's up to you. And in this pose, it's just allowing us to open our heart, integrate all of that blood flow. So we can move into this pose, or you could just take it into Shavasana if that's where you're feeling it for yourself. This opens up our pelvic floor, allows us to just honor the work that we've done in all of the contraction and expansion. Integrating the blood flow, releasing any tightness in this final measure. We're going to take our Shavasana here. So if you feel you're ready to just integrate in corpse pose, that's absolutely fine. It's up to you. This is your practice and your special time. I think I'm going to remove the props and lie down in bound angle pose just completely. You can place your hands on your hip bones just to add some warmth to this area. We spent a little time toning today. Reconnecting our bodies with our minds with intention. We can be better connected with our bodies as we rest for the evening or as we go out through our day. You can bring your legs together in corpse pose and just continue this Shavasana. Noticing any shifts and changes in your body. Anything it needs, maybe you can attend to after this class. Noticing any activity in your world and allowing it to pass by you. When you're ready, connecting with your fingers and feet, bringing them to life as you celebrate your life with this yoga practice. Preparing for the weekend. Done something good for yourself today. And when you're ready, you can roll to one side and take a few breaths there in this transition. And press up. We have activity here outside my house. We can just sit seated. Let me just check the time here and see where we are. Yeah, this is good. Thank you for joining me today. We can have a short meditation if you like, just to integrate all of the work. Allow this garbage truck to pass by. Just taking a deep breath, breathing in and out. Noticing the changes in our body after this practice. I feel taller. My shoulders feel looser. It's wonderful. It's like having a massage. Allowing any secretions for the mind to just pass as they come forward. Clearing space in your mind for resting and dreaming. Allowing the subconscious to have space to do its thing. Or space for decision making through the day. Allowing the front of the mind to feel space as you continue to bring awareness to your breath, clearing the mind. Feeling the breath move through the body, becoming aware of your senses and your surroundings as we return back to our place and time. Nurturing our bodies with yoga and meditation. So good for us and for everyone around us. Thank you for being here today and adding peace into this world with your actions. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. It's such a pleasure to see you, Tom. Thank you. And Dawn, maybe we'll see you next time with your camera on. Many appreciations. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. Thank you for the time chat with us.
Yeah, thank you. I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.